take these to the other person.
Governor Ehrlich had, but the fact of the matter is this governor expanded it to part-time workers. And if you have seasonal workers...
Have seen an increase in business as a result of new construction. People move. Can take 3-4 minutes. Just identify yourself, nature of your business, and the one or two major challenges you're facing today as a function of doing business, living in Maryland, trying to expand your business, accessing capital in business, whatever for you in your business, whatever the major challenges are today in our state.
I think the main thing I run against in trying to explain things to our state government is they want to say that the economy is down nationwide. The fact of the matter is you need to compare us and our economic competitiveness with the states around. When this man left office, we were ranked 24th in economic competitiveness. Within 2 years, O'Malley had us at 38th. 1 year later, we're at 46. So I think what we're here today, it's not just to talk about the economy being down, but what's affecting our business.
My business has been down, is down about 60%. Okay, most of it drastically happened after the first year or two he was in. Not as a reflection of the whole economy, just what was happening in Maryland. Some of the things, some of our client base, hospitals, nonprofit schools, agencies, he's killed them. Okay, and the way he killed them by raising taxes, he took out people who would normally donate and give funds for charitable contributions, which they contribute to hospitals, they contribute to nonprofit schools, mental health schools, things like that. The thing you think the Democrat administration would be all for, he's totally wiped that out.
The unemployment insurance, every time I think I have enough money to expand, I have people knocking down my door to say, please open up someplace else, please open up someplace else. It's a great small business for women who are bright, who have been in the workforce before, maybe wanted to stay at home with their kids for a while, kids are older, they now want to start this great business. Guess what? I can't. It's every penny. When sales are down, whether it is because the sales tax has increased, whether it's because of the recession, because unemployment insurance has gone up, as during the seasonal time, Christmas, we pretty much triple our staff for the month of December. But by me having to pay that unemployment insurance on them, it prevents me from opening another location at Columbia Mall, or it prevents me from opening up a location at Arundel Mills or Towson Town, because, $36 a paycheck per employee adds up to me to thousands of dollars that takes to open up another location.
So my rate last year was 9%. The business ended up paying, I brought the number here, just under $19,000 in unemployment last year. Already in the first quarter of 2010, we paid $14,000. And they increased the maximum rate from 9% to 13.5%. And much like the sales tax going from 5 to 6 is not a 1% increase, it's 20%. This is a 50% increase in what I have to pay. So we think that in unemployment this year, we're probably going to pay $30,000. And, I'm a young guy. I'm passionate about my business. You put an extra $30,000 in my pocket, I'm hiring more people. We're improving our equipment. I'm expanding to other universities. I can't do that now.
But, there is such a thing as adding fuel to the fire. There is such a thing as making it worse. And when you raise taxes on the brink of a recession in 2007, $1.4 billion worth, that has a huge impact on jobs, jobs. It costs jobs.
How many people have you had to lay off over the last year?
At our peak, we were at about 600. We are right around 300 right now. So we've fallen about half. Obviously, our revenues have fallen further than that.
BRAC is just a success for Maryland. It's just a terrific. It happened under our watch, but I'll take some credit for it. But it was also lucky. We were good and lucky. But the fact of it is, the stories coming back to me are many BRAC employees forced to transfer, particularly from New Jersey, are choosing not to live in Maryland.
That's true.
They're living in Delaware. They're living in Pennsylvania. How many of you have diminished your charitable contributions as a result of the state of the economy over the past year or two?
I go to St. Mary's. I consider myself a moral and giving and charitable person, but even if you want to follow those values that you have, you still have to justify it in the terms of, can I afford to spend this money from the business perspective?
In 2005, I believe, there was a big move to raise the sales tax. And so through a combination of effective lobbying, and we had some Democrats come through and a lot of the Republicans and our administration, we killed it. There are groups on the left who can show up in very large numbers outside my old house up the street, and the legislators will respond. Your complaints, real, tangible, serious, job costing, charity costing, whatever, sometimes get lost because you are by definition not organized. Now, you may belong to your local building, and so you may belong to your retail, whatever it happens to be. But over the years, the folks who oppose you are far more organized, and they play for keeps.
When I've stood up on the floor to argue against a bill, people will say, well, no one was opposed to this bill, because the business people are all busy.
Here's what I'm going to ask you. This time, this year, this environment, these stakes are as high as they've ever been. So what I'm asking you, generically, is for maybe a close-up shop one day, or get one of the kids to run the kiosk, and show up. Make your appointment with Senator Astle. Make your appointment with your local representative. Take your books. You know, we passed living wage bill here. We raised the cost of state contracts in the middle of a recession. Who do you think's hurt by that? If we win, and I expect to win, we would like these ideas on paper in front of our transition people that will be part of the legislative package that we will submit to the next General Assembly. So this is not a cathartic event. Obviously, it's politics. The press is here. There's a campaign. You all understand that. But we are about business, and we got problems in this state. And we've doubled unemployment, as you know. You know about the budgetary issues. So this is more substance than politics, although it's a very political day. So this is the kind of stuff that can be transformed into legislation, that can become law, that can actually help you in the intermediate term. Thank you for your time. Go make a buck. Thanks a lot.